perspective is something that I've thought a lot about the last couple of weeks because it's something that, I mean, for your perspective affects everything that you're doing. So the way that you see things and why you're doing the things that you're doing. One of the things that I was thinking about when I was preparing for this is I met this guy, and he had like a pompadour mullet. And I like couldn't believe that someone actually had that haircut because I don't like mullets. I think that they're disgusting. They're not a very attractive hairstyle. And I was like, and a pompadour at the same time? Doesn't that like kind of defeat the purpose of a mullet and a pompadour? Like, but it was really weird. And I like kept on staring at him. I'm like, what on earth is going on with his hair? Why would he do that? And I realized later, as I was like staring at him and kind of dissecting his haircut, it wasn't actually a pompadour mullet. It was a Eurohawk, which is basically like blended on the sides, but it's still like a mohawk. And I was like, man, I just judged him for nothing. He had just like a really grown out Eurohawk. And there was no reason to be like, man, his haircut looks weird. And I thought it was really funny because I was like, what is your deal? Why would you do that to yourself? But after I realized that it was actually a grown-out Eurohawk, I felt a little stupid. And that kind of like plays into like perspective and how we see things. Because to him, he probably was like, man, I really need a haircut. I'm looking a little shaggy. And to me, his haircut looked crazy. One of the things that my mom always used to tell us, and I didn't believe it, was she was always like, if, you know, like when you're like chasing someone, she was always like, if you don't run, they can't chase you. And I was like, Mom, that is false. They can still chase you, and then they'll catch you. And she's like, but if you don't run, like, how are they actually chasing you? I was like, Mom, you're wrong. They could still chase you. Because, I mean, they could still chase you. But the more I like have thought about it and the older I've gotten, I'm like, oh, Mom, you were right again. Because really, like, the fun is in chasing someone anyways. The fun doesn't really come from, like, catching them. That's, like, why tag is so much fun. So my sister and I, we kind of like to troll each other. We will take pictures on each other's phones and then, like, set it as a background. So, this is, my sister stole my phone and she was running away from me. And I was so irritated that she would take my phone, and I was like chasing her around the kitchen table and she was like laughing and running away. This was like last year. Like, we're adults. And she was like running away and I'm like, dude, like I want my phone back. But I was like thinking about it the other day. I'm like, man, I was chasing her and she was running. And it was true. Like, I was like, Mom, you're a genius. Because as soon as I like sat down and like walked away, my sister was like, well, here's your phone. I'm like, you suck. Like, if I had just like realized that ahead of time, I could have gotten my phone back a lot sooner. And so one of the things that I like really, well, I've really found to be true is that like our attitude and our perspective change literally everything. I know I said it earlier in the slide, but it's true facts. Like, your attitude is gonna like make or break any situation. Everybody's kind of heard the phrase like fake it till you make it. Oh, look at that. Fake it till you make it. Everyone's kind of heard that phrase, and I think that's like actually a real thing when it comes to your attitude and like how you look at things, because your attitude is what you make it. One of my sisters got married, it was like 4 years ago now, and this was at the wedding. It's actually one of my favorite pictures because we're all like just smirking and having a good time. But this day was awful, and you like would not get it from that picture because we were all having fun at this time, or at least faking having fun. My sister is definitely, she was a bridezilla. She wanted everything just so. I think that she threatened to uninvite me to her wedding. Like, she really is a bridezilla. And I remember we were like, it was after the wedding, we were all kind of like standing around waiting for her to get pictures, and we were bored and just messing around, and that's how we got this picture. But it was more about like faking the attitude than it was about actually having fun, because it was a hard day. There was a lot of other stuff going on. And so I really believe that like our attitude is a choice. Like we choose how we're going to react to things and how we want things to turn out. Because like we can choose to be happy, we can choose to be mad. That was another thing that my mom always told me, is she's like, it's your choice if you get mad. They didn't make you mad. And I'm like, Mom, you're smart and I love you. So something that I always try to do is I try to smile. And actually I've gotten a lot of comments from people that are like, you smile all the time. And I'm like, I specifically try to smile. Like even when I'm having a hard day, I try to smile, because I'm like, there is so much in life that can bring you down, and I want to be happy. So I choose to smile. Something else that I learned as I was researching this topic is actually there's some health benefits to smiling, and I didn't know that before. So like smiling actually releases endorphins that make you happy. So if you smile, you're happier anyways. Also, it reduces blood pressure, and it lowers your stress levels. Crazy pants, I know. I like really didn't know that, and I was like, oh my gosh, all this time. So I feel like there's like you really just have to try it. Like you can do what I do, just like smile, fake it till you make it. Well, fake it until you're like actually happy about what's going on. Something else that I like to do is I like to watch like funny movies, because I'm like, well, there's enough sad stuff going on. If I like watch something funny, then it'll be good. Like I can laugh about it instead of like cry about something really sad that's going on. I think that really everyone needs to try just try to smile, like even if like something bad is going on. And I get it, like sometimes it's really hard to like act like you're happy about something when you're really not. And like some stuff it's like hard situations. We all go through hard things. But I think that like actually smiling through it, I mean, it's been proven to help you be happier about whatever is going on in your life. So. I don't know. Stop it. You guys are awesome.